Hello everybody. Today I'm going to do I guess this would be a 65,000 mile review of my Denso Iridium twin tip spark plugs. And as you can see, I'll show you in pictures, they've completely worn away to nothing. Now I checked them last spring, as I do every spring, and they seemed fine. That was probably, I don't know, maybe 8,000 miles ago, 10,000 miles. And if you notice how they're supposed to be, there's a pin on the upper and lower. In the pictures you'll see it better, a little clearer. And you look at it and you may think that the entire pin, both the upper and lower pin, is made of iridium, and that's not true. It's just a little tiny dot on the top and bottom of the pin is actually the iridium. So when I looked at them last spring, it probably still had a little bit of iridium on both of those pins, but once that iridium is completely worn away, those pins, they just erode in no time flat, and then you're left with this humongous gap that's probably 3 times the gap that my spark plugs on the Grand Caravan are supposed to have. Okay, just so that I'm making it real clear here, I thought I'd draw you a diagram. And it's like on my car, the Champion Platinums, they have on the plug, you got, you know, the electrode. This is insulator here, and the electrode's poking through, and then there's a wafer of platinum here, and they got one welded on up here. And the whole idea behind the platinum is slow to wear away, and so you get more mileage out of your plugs. On the Denso Iridium, you may think that this whole wire thing is made out of iridium, but in reality it's just a little dot welded on the tips of those wires. And though iridium will last longer than platinum, it still will wear away. And originally when I read about them, they were saying up to 100,000 miles. I got 60 to 65. But like I'd mentioned last year when I looked at them, they looked fine. And this year when I looked at them, you see, they're worn all the way down here, and I got this huge gap, 3 times what it should be, you know, stressing my ignition system. And it's because once that iridium did wear away, these wires are probably nickel, and in no time they just burned themselves away until I was left with nothing there but a giant gap. Now, when I put them into the Grand Caravan, did I notice any difference in performance? No. When I put them in my E500, did I notice a difference? Actually, I think I did, but could be my imagination. When I pulled these out and replaced them with the recommended Champion spark plugs for the engine, did I notice a difference? Absolutely. Van ran so much better acceleration and performance. Could be because of this enormous gap that these plugs now have. But personally, if you want to try them, go ahead. Just be aware that you don't want to go any more than 50,000 miles. If you drive your vehicle hard, maybe even want to replace them sooner, you will not get the 100,000 miles that they seem to claim here and there. You won't even come close. Really, I don't think they're worth the extra money. The Champions that I put back in with they're like a double platinum, they're supposed to last 100,000 miles, but there's a huge platinum wafer on both the electrode and the ground probe. So overall, not impressed with these. I don't think they're worth the money. I don't think you'll see a benefit. Some cars require this type of plug, like the Mercedes actually does, in which case you'll have to stick with it. But if you don't need it, I'm going to say don't bother with it, because when they'll be fine, but when they fail, they will fail in a big way, and they will do it quickly. And then that puts a strain on your ignition coil. Could wind up burning that out as it's trying to jump that huge gap, and you can also wind up with misses and just overall poor engine performance. So if you do give them a try, just be prepared to keep an eye on them. And certain cars, it's a pain, a lot of trouble to swap the plugs on the Grand Caravan, at least half of them. So to me, they're not worth it. So if you like this article, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.